Have you ever sat down to do homework with your child and thought, why are we doing this? Chances are your child has been assigned busy work, homework that's just meant to fill time rather than actually help the child learn. Today, we are diving into what happens when homework becomes a time filler and why it might actually be hurting students more than it's helping. Hello, my name is Tosi. I'm a homeschooling mom of three with about 20 years of teaching experience in and out of the system, and I've homeschooled my children for about 7 years altogether. But prior to those years, my children were enrolled in schools, and during those school years, homework took up the greater part of our evenings, especially Fridays. The Friday homework was so excessive and burdensome, they extended to Sunday evenings because of the sheer volume of the exercises. We had to pause the homework just to live, to spend time as a family, rest, do chores, go to church, and even prepare for the next school week. Homework is supposed to reinforce what was learnt in class, but when it is just busy work, repetitive worksheets, and endless exercises with no real purpose, it can backfire. Research shows that excessive, meaningless homework doesn't improve grades and can even harm students' well being. First, let's talk about academics. Moderate, purposeful work can help students retain information, but when it's just there to fill time, the benefits drop off. Doing more worksheets or exercises doesn't equal better grades. It often leads to frustration, mistakes, and declining performance. In other words, more isn't always better. Next, there's the mental toll. Students with too much busy work often experience homework stress. Anxiety, frustration, and even a loss of interest in learning can set in. Imagine being so tired or stressed that the actual learning becomes secondary to just finishing the task. It's not just mental. Homework load can affect physical health too. Sleep deprivation, headaches, stomach aches, and exhaustion are common when students are forced to spend hours on meaningless tasks. Then there's what students miss out on. When after school hours are eaten up by pointless worksheets and excessive exercises, there is less time for chores, hobbies, sports, creativity, and socializing, all critical for developing well rounded skills. These activities aren't just fun, they're essential for emotional intelligence and personal growth. Perhaps most importantly, busy work breeds resentment. Students start to view school as tedious, procrastinate more, or even cheat just to get it done. Learning becomes a chore, not an opportunity. Finally, busy work can make educational inequities worse. Students without support, resources, or a quiet place to study struggle more. Meaningless homework doesn't just waste time, it can widen the gap between students who have help at home and those who don't. So, what's the conclusion? Quality matters far more than quantity. Homework should reinforce learning, build skills, and encourage growth, not just keep children busy. When it's used properly, it helps students succeed. When it's used to fill time, it often does more harm than good. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.